Okay guys, welcome back to another video. Remember when I said I had a news-related video for you guys on Paramount and Nick Jr.? Well, this is the news-related video I want to talk about. And we're going to be talking about Peppa Pig. Yep, we're going to be talking about Peppa Pig. And them having big changes. So, anywho, guys, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Also, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Speaking of Instagram, we got a picture up here of Instagram. I just pulled a random image up on Google and found that out, or I found that, but yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram too. Instagram, I've kind of got things kind of figured out. On Twitter, I have not yet. Or I'm sorry, X, it's called X. I prefer to call it Twitter, but I hate that, Elon kind of rebranded it to to X, but you guys can follow me on there if you guys want to. I think that's pretty much all I have to say. So let's go ahead and actually talk about this. So, Peppa Pig. I actually been wanting to talk about this one for the last few weeks now. Or actually, would it be the last month now? I don't know. Between me losing my phone, which you guys already know about, and then, with me having all those appointments last week and all, and Mamaw being in the hospital, I have not had time to really get everything kind of uploaded here. Yeah, that's kind of what we have here. I want to talk about this, so, I don't really talk about Peppa Pig much. I mean, there's not really much to it, really, Nick Jr. shows in general, there's not a lot to it. I actually did grow up watching Nick Jr. I watched Nick Jr., I watched PBS Kids, I watched Playhouse Disney. God, I miss Playhouse Disney. Who out here actually misses Playhouse Disney? I hear a lot of people do miss it. Disney Jr. is not, bad, but I'm like, why did they rebrand it? Why not make it unique? It felt like they were just trying to copy, Nick Jr. and all that. To be fair, though, technically, Nick Jr. was Noggin for a while, too, and then it got... But I think the block still existed, but it was Noggin. I can't remember if I talked about the channel or not. I think I talked about Moose A, Moose and Z. I think I talked about them before. I really miss them, too, but they kind of disappeared. Noggin kind of became its own, its own platform, and then, it got shut down. I believe it was last year, I think it got shut down at the beginning of the year. I could be wrong, but I think it was last year. They shut down the platform. No, actually, I think it was in the middle of the year. Yeah, I think it was the middle of the year. I think I still have the app on the phone, but you can't access it, But I've heard it wasn't the same thing either, so, But yeah, I'm not really, I don't know, my point is, though, is I've watched a lot of this stuff growing up and all, and, Peppa Pig was kind of one of them, although Peppa Pig kind of came around later on. It actually came out in 2005, I believe is when it came out. But it didn't actually, air on, Nick Jr. and all that until way later, But, I know a lot of people are not the biggest fan of this show, and I can kind of see why. I think I remember having some episodes I liked, but there was a lot of cringed episodes, too. Peppa Pig insulting her dad, calling him fat, and all that. I'm like, you're supposed to be, you're supposed to be, teaching kids good stuff or teaching kids bad things. You don't want to do that. That's just disrespectful. You know, and I mean, to be fair, you couldn't always ignore people who say that. Some people don't actually mind, being overweight, but still, you don't want to be calling people names or, insulting them the way they look. That's not a very good message. But, I can't really say much about the show. I have not seen it in a long time. I have some DVDs, but I'm not seeing it in a long time, so I'm going to have to see how well it holds up. But I was a bit older when I started watching this show. But that said, we have Peppa Pig here and her dad and her brother here, and apparently Mommy Pig is pregnant with another kid. Yeah. So I guess they want to kind of spice up the show a little bit, maybe, Honestly, though, to be truly honest here, I didn't even know the show was still going on. I thought it ended, but no, apparently it's still going on. Yeah, apparently the show is still going on. It's still going on, and I swear, I literally thought it ended a long time ago, but no, apparently the show's still going on. But I mean, I don't know how many episodes they have of this now, but it's basically kind of I hear it's kind of like Bluey. Now, I'm not seeing any Bluey. I've seen I had some DVDs of Bluey, but I never actually seen Bluey. Well, actually, take that back. I only have one DVD of Bluey. It's like a season 3 DVD. I wanted to get the first and second season, but I wanted to get the third one first because I heard on Disney Plus they kind of removed some episodes, and I don't know if they have the rights to the DVD sales too or not. So I wanted to buy that, and then buy the season 1 and 2 down the road because that's before they started kind of banning all those episodes. I'm not sure how it actually works, but I don't know if Disney completely owns Bluey or not. But I do know I hear it's like similar to it. Heck, the intro, I watched the intro and it's very similar to Peppa Pig's too. Which, by the way, I will say I don't really care about the intro too much of either show. I think it's kind of stupid. Like, it's kind of just like we're just gonna play a little bit of simple music, and have and then just have the characters say who they are. Like, I kind of hate that, but again, I don't want to go to too much detail about it, but I'm just kind of telling you guys kind of what Peppa Pig kind of is and all that, but yeah, the fact that Mommy Pig is pregnant, again, she's pregnant, is really interesting, though. I don't know if she's had a child yet. I do know that people are thinking it could be a boy or a girl. Or it could be twins, it could be twins too, I don't really know. But yeah, it could be twins. I don't really know. It's kind of like we don't really know. I don't think we know if it's a boy or a girl for its twins, because there's been some characters that have had twins too. They've had boys and they've had girls. So it's kind of hard to kind of say like what it is. But we do know that there was an interview on that with Peppa Pig's mom and all that, which we'll call her Mommy Pig. I don't know why they can't just give them actual names, but I don't know. I'm like, to be fair, they do that with the Fairly Odd Parents too. They make jokes about that all the time, but considering there's so many parents on this show, I'm like, I feel like they could just call them actual names, But yeah, basically though, there's the fact that there was an interview and all that, and Mommy Pig was on there. That's pretty cool. I do like that. But yeah, the fact that she might be having another child too is pretty crazy. So like I said, I don't know if they've already had the child or not. I mean, it hasn't been that long, so I don't really know. To be fair, though, the way the art style is in this show and how simple it is, I don't probably make episodes really fast. They make episodes probably really fast. But I really don't care. Like, I don't really care for the character models too much. I mean, the art style itself, I remember not being that bad, but the character models, like even right here, you can look how simple and not the greatest they look. So it just kind of looks kind of weird, you know, like it looks like it was made by or drawn like a 2-year-old or something, or a 4-year-old. I mean, it's not the worst art I've seen, but I like it just looks kind of weird. But I mean, to be fair though, I didn't draw the greatest when I was little either. But I'm just like, again, I kind of wish they would have gave it more. I mean, their pig, you know, designs don't look too bad, but they're like actual like bodies and arms that look kind of weird and off, you know. But yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. That's what's weird, you know. They have to add another child and all that too. Like, that seems to be a common trope when a show goes on very long. They'll add like another child or something to freshen things up. Sometimes it can make something worse or better, you know, it depends on how you look at it. You know, but they do this a lot, you know, and they'll do that, they'll like, you know, like in Fairly Odd Parents, they added Poof and all that. Which I didn't think Poof was that bad of a character. They actually did some interesting stuff with his character and actually did, you know, some interesting stuff with stories and all that with him. With Peppa Pig, though, that might be a little bit of a different story because they feel like all they do is make the little babies cry, which can be very annoying at times too. But again, we'll have to see what they do with it. But like I said, I didn't even know this show was still going on. Like, I didn't know it was still going on. Because I thought they ended the show a long time ago, but no, it's still going on. It's still going. And I've actually heard something about too. Now this is something I'm not really that's not confirmed. I don't think. At least I'm not aware of it. But I think you know, speaking of Bluey, you know, I was talking about Bluey and all. I think they also the mother there, I think, might be pregnant too. But I don't really know. I don't really know about that. I don't know. It's just, like I said, that's what people have been saying, but I'm not sure if they actually confirmed it or not, but yeah, people do seem to kind of compare Bluey to this show, and, I can't say anything because I've not seen Bluey, but I can definitely tell you guys this show has some issues and all that, and, I mean, it's got some interesting episodes too, but it's got a lot of issues, you know, too, you know, but you know, I again, I can't say my opinion on the show until I actually watch it. I have to actually watch the show. But I remember some episodes not being really that bad either, but it's been a few years since I've actually watched some of them, so, and even then, that was only on, like, a single DVD and all that, you know, so I don't know. But I will tell you guys right now, to, like, speaking of Instagram and all that, like, I hate this so much, but there's, like, people freaking posting random shit online. I mean, they have like, a video of George literally taking a shit on the ground, and I'm like, why? Just why? Like, I mean, if they want, I mean, it's not even like it's not even funny. Like, it doesn't even like add anything to it, you know. I mean, there's been potty humor on adult stuff and stuff, but a lot of these videos are just stupid and don't add anything to it, just like make you roll your eyes. But I'm not kidding. I'm literally not kidding. They literally have George doing that. It's so freaking, it's gross and stupid, and I'm just like, I mean, yeah, they do this in adult shows and all. They make fun of that stuff sometimes, and some of it, yeah, can be very gross. But you know, it's more than just that. They actually have a plot, or they just have a random, you know, joke, but actually make it fit in where it makes it funny, like fart and all that, like fart humor. But this was just it was just gross. Like, that's all the short was. That's all it was. I'm not kidding. They literally do this crap all the time. Speaking of which, on YouTube they did this stuff back in the day too. But I don't remember it being as disturbing as it is now. But there was like jokes about like, was it Peppa or like one of the characters getting killed and all that? Like I think it was Peppa getting her guts ripped out because I think people kind of hated Peppa. Because of the whole. Again, like I said, the show is not the greatest when it comes to some episodes and all that. And I guess I can't really say much, but I'm just kind of getting going off what I've said. But I'm just like, yeah, that's kind of crazy there too. Which is probably one of the reasons why YouTube has gotten so bad with the YouTube Kids thing and all that, which I really do not like either. I don't like how bad they are with this stuff. And I mean, it's causing people to kind of leave the platform, too. And some of that stuff is because, of what they did, what other people did, and parents were complaining. Which, I mean, again, if you want YouTube Kids, I understand that, but I don't like how it has to affect the adult videos too, because technically they're supposed to be for adults, not kids, but I don't know, but I'm just like I said, these videos are just kind of stupid anyway. They got nothing to do with anything, they're just stupid, like. But I'm just like, I'm like, I don't want to see this kind of stuff and all that, like. But I'm just like, I wouldn't even want to see like Barney get dissected or something, or like his organs taken out. That'd be disturbing too. I don't like Barney, but I'm just saying these kind of videos are kind of stupid, and it caused a lot of drama behind the scenes and all that. But I'm just like I said, I just don't like, I don't know, like I don't like how it ruined a lot of people's videos on YouTube as well. But I actually do have a video about that later, because somebody actually made a YouTube. There's actually a YouTuber I want to talk about later that looks like he's gonna retire, but I'll talk about him later. But I can't really do it right now because my phone didn't actually charge as long as I thought it was going to, because I charged it this morning. But anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and actually let things go from here so I can get things I'm gonna get some stuff done around the house and all that, but yeah, we'll see where this actually goes to. Like, I'm curious what they'll do with Peppa Pig's mom and all that. Like with the kid and all that. Like, will it be a girl? Will it be a boy? Will it be twins? I don't know. But they kind of do this. They seem to be doing this with a pattern, though. Like if the little girl is a female, then their little brother is a brother and all that, and then they have another kid. It's usually both, or like it's the other way around, and they just and then like if it's a boy, a little boy, and then they have a little boy, which is a toddler, and then they have like actual kid. I don't know. It's just kind of weird, but. I don't know, we'll just have to see what happens here, but I just don't have a lot to say about this. Like I said, I just don't have a lot, but I figured it's worth making a video on it because, again, I did not know this show was still going on, but apparently it is. But there you go. We got Mommy Pig pregnant with another kid. But I'm definitely going to go ahead and get going now because I got to get some stuff done around the house. But I'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye.